Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to talk about my inspiration, and I'll do that while cutting the fabric. Starting my inspiration story, I had been towards creativity since I was in third, fourth, fifth, and my special inspiration is my dadi and mom and dad, obviously. So, when dadi used to come in winters or in summers, especially in winters, I used to see her knit. And whenever I used to go to her place, I used to see her stitching clothes and making something, suits or dresses or lots of stuff. So, I have this habit of observing things, and if I like it, I grab it. If I don't, I just ignore it. So, when I came in ninth, I used to see movies as well, and I am inspired from movies also. The what they wore, how they used to carry themselves, and then my mom, how she used to carry herself in sari and stuff like that. So, in ninth class, when my dadi came to us and she was knitting one day, so I was like, मुझे भी सिखाओ करके, teach me also. So she created first layer and then second layer, and then it goes on like that. So when she told me to build a sample of 5 by 5 inch, so I used to enjoy doing that. I used to like create 7 by 7 or 8 by, then she told different variations in that knit. So I became fond of that. Then I used to see her stitching as well. So talking about more of inspiration comes to my mom. I used to see her, as I told you, I used to see her getting styled for parties and getting styled for her day out or stuff like that, because from since child, your mom is your idol for styling, right? Whoever is into fashion can relate. So I used to see her and I used to be like her, and that used to I used to get confidence by seeing her. So when she used to wear saris and all, I saw her how she carries, how she styles it with colors, what fabric she used to wear, and lots of stuff. Now coming to my dad, he is totally into creativity, like sketches, portraits, and sculptures. Also, he had make lots and lots of sculptures, 8 feet, 9 feet, almost, and 5 feet Buddha and dolphin. So it goes on like that. So when he used to make all this, we used to help him, me and my brother. So he is also into sketching, but not that much. He is more into food and bodybuilding things. Actually, what I am making is for my mom. So talking about my hobbies, it used to be, my hobbies are reading. I have novels. I used to have lots of novels. I was a big fan of Miley Cyrus. I forgot to tell you about one thing. So what my grandmom used to do, and she still does. These small fabric leftovers are there. So she used to make triangle out of it, and she used to create big mats. She used to create table covers. It was related to more of upholstery only with the leftover fabrics. So it used to be really beautiful and colorful because of so many fabrics were there. So coming to my hobby, I love reading, I love sketching, I also make portraits. I try it. When I came to college, obviously, I learned a lot in graduation. So, my hand was actually set in the illustration. So, when I was doing my master's, my master's wasn't that easy as easy my graduation was, because teachers used to criticize a lot whenever it wasn't a single, if even if a single line was not perfect, because they always wanted perfect, they always wanted like this, like that. No one is perfect, first of all. Yes, they used to give reference books and lots of books they used to suggest. So yeah, we used to go through that, and we used to learn from that, and we used to do according to that, but it used to be like they never got satisfied. I'll tell you one thing: if you are going in this field, don't expect that teachers are going to say, okay, this is perfect. They might, when they'll say it, it is actually perfect, and otherwise all you'll get is redo or improve a bit, or yeah, it's fine, according to my experience. Okay, so I've had a lot of critics. Okay, so I have struggled a lot with this thing. I didn't have a good hand in illustration. So I used to get criticized a lot. I have heard a lot from teachers. Like, I have been demotivated. But when I spoke to my dad, he was like, when you don't get a kick, or you don't get that sandpaper rub, you don't get sharp. Okay, so as much as you get critics, don't feel demotivated. It's fine to get, feel like that for 5 minutes or for like 10 minutes initially. But think again. They are concerned for you. That's why they are speaking to you. That's why they are showing that much effort for you. So, yeah. When you want to achieve something, you might or might not born with a silver spoon. To go ahead to achieve your dreams, you have to struggle. You have to have the critics. You have to have get rubbed your ass a lot, I am telling you. So, yes, you will get demotivated in between, but don't be it for a long time, for a long period. No, that is not the option. You want to achieve it, you have to struggle for it. There is no way back. Just if you can pause a little, relax, take a deep breath. If you don't feel good, cry it out. You take a break for 1 or 2 days, and then go ahead, continue with your things. Everyone understands. Okay, it's the life is very practical, if you see. So yeah, it goes on like that. I used to have lots of magazines. Those looks used to come in Elle, Vogue, or even in Cosmopolitan, I guess, as much as I remember. In all fashion magazines, if you see, the looks comes different accessories combining with dresses, and tops with pants, dresses with boots, shoes, etc., etc. So, I used to cut all those, and I used to collect it and make a file out of it, and make a file or a pile, or stick it in paper, like how this will go with this. So, like collage, you can say, I used to do like that before I started with my college. So, it used to be fun, you used to get a lot of motivation that, yes, I want to go in this field only. So, I had that craze in my mind. Now, what motivated me to open my brand? One day, we was just sitting like that and watching TVs, and she was scrolling through dresses. She is really fond of dresses. So I was just asking what you're doing. So she used to show me as well that how is this, how is this, how is this. So I was not doing anything at that point of time. So I was like, should I stitch it for you? She was like, yeah, stitch it for me. Very confidently, yeah. And I also told her very confidently that I'll stitch it for you. So then I started. Then I started doing stitching, and I started cutting, and then I forgot that how that because when a pattern when I came here, it had been 6 or 7 months. I didn't go through the pattern making, and I wasn't good in pattern making, I am telling you. And now I can just imagine that how will this pattern be made on a brown sheet and then on the fabric. So coming back, so yeah, I had directly cut it on the fabric because I thought I have the idea, and all pro, I can do it, I can do it. Nothing like that. It turned out to be tight from the arms. It turned out to be tight from the neck and shoulders, because what fault I did, I didn't leave the seam line. I didn't take I took proper measurements, but what I did, from directly ready made top, I copied it for the upper part of the dress, and I didn't leave the seam line. I directly drew the outline, and that is not supposed to be happening. So, and or not supposed to happen like that. You all, even if you are doing with a ready-made garment, you always leave a line. Leave us 2 centimeter, maximum 2 centimeter. So yeah, and then my mom was like, no, you will not stop here. So I was really this thing like, I can't do it. I can't. So I'm like, why can't I do it? I can do it. So then I decided, yes, I am going to do it. I am going to make it. I am not gonna go this course like that. I have done a lot of struggle in it. I have had a lot of critics in it, and I am going to pursue this in future. Okay, so I had plans for opening my brand, as I told you, but after 5 years, but then next, what happened. So this is the book I had ordered for pattern making, and this is the 5th edition of pattern making for fashion design by Helen Joseph Armstrong, and this is the very good edition. And I had gone through each and every page, each and every, whenever I used to get time, I used to learn. I used to create because at start, when you start the college, no, when you start with fashion college, at first you are really confused that how the measurements are taken, so I had that kind of idea. I had learned about measurements, how it is drawn out. So I had that concept with me, which is very important. So I went through in a lot in this. I practiced it, practice every day. I practiced it. So then my mom used to be like, I want this dress, I want this. So that became a challenging thing for me. I didn't open my brand at that point of time only, but when I started making dresses for her, I felt confident that yes, now I can do it. And before making dresses with her, I made sure that I want to just first draw it on the brown sheet or make a pattern out of it, always do this. Make a pattern of a dress, and when the dress is created, make a folder that which dress or that which pattern is this, or just stick the image of the dress on the pattern set, that what dress's pattern is this. So I did that. Okay, so almost this you can see, these are all the patterns. So if you see, initially these are the college assignments, and then I continued with all the patterns. So it's like in the file I have. Yeah, so she was my, what do we call, a push. She was my push, I can say that. And just by making for her, I kept making. And when I was ready, I opened my brand. So I was like, yes, now I am confident. But then again, I was confused that, how will I take measurements, because I had to do that. So what I do, so when I opened the brand, and when I opened my brand, I was like, I have to take measurements, I have to do this, I have to do that. What if the customer is sitting in Delhi? What if the customer is sitting in far away in other cities? How will I do it? So that was really confusing. So then I decided to make a proper measurement sheet to, so they can fill the details, and then they can email it to me or send it to me. So according to that, I can make it. But then that was also confusing. How will I do it? So that was the matter of bespoke. So this goes a lot into detail, which I'll tell you in my another video. And I'll talk about sustainability as well, which is very important these days now. And me talking about sustainability is ironic because I myself use a Georgette fabric. I use satin. But how I can speak and what will I speak on it, I will surely tell you. And so talking about my brand, so then what I decided, yes, I'll make a bespoke, yes, I'll take measurements, but there is this thing called grading. Okay, so this design I have made, if a customer wants this design, obviously the designs I have, the customer will go for that only. And if they want to order some different variations in it, we will adjust it. And if it's kind of a big occasion order or something, we can create a new one. Okay, so it goes like that. Right now you will understand a bit, but I'll explain it in detail in my next video. So don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. As I said, I am open to critics. If you feel anything, please do ask. If you feel there was something was missing in this video, please do comment, and I'll just go through it and I'll answer it and I'll just respond to you. Thank you.